The young military assessors assigned to investigate the case of mass rape at Nsongomboyo are determined and have firmly resolved to carry out the mission thoroughly and have the guilty parties sentenced. That will be done regardless of the death threats and the very poor working conditions.
À l'emprisonnement à perpétuité, à la dégradation, au paiement de 20 000 francs congolais de frais d'amende.
The military justice of the Democratic Republic stated and did apply the law. Thus, 7 of the FARDC soldiers found guilty for their involvement in the rape at Nsongomboyo were sentenced for life. This is a big step forward that reflects the recognition and compensation of the joint initiative's efforts, for this is the first time that DRC has tried and sentenced its servicemen for crime against humanity in combating sexual violence. Today, the joint initiative has just won a great victory. In a few years, despite the scope of the phenomenon of sexual violence in DRC, the joint initiative has succeeded in raising awareness among the political and military leaders of DRC about the serious issue of sexual violence in DRC. The organization has managed to enlist the commitment of authorities at the highest level.
L'impunité face à ces violences n'est plus acceptable.
Impunity in the face of such acts of violence is no longer acceptable, and the people of Congo can no longer tolerate the fact that criminals go unpunished. I'm seizing this opportunity to confirm to you that the government is determined to put an end to such acts and announcing at the same time our zero-tolerance policy on that issue. All the necessary measures will be taken to ensure that justice is done and that the impunity ceases.
Seront prises pour que justice soit faite et que l'impunité cesse.
On the other hand, the development partners have shown increasing interest in solutions to sexual violence in DRC by financing activities of the joint initiative. NGOs as well as the actions taken by agencies operating in the framework of the joint program. Thus, Belgium finances the joint initiative's activities in 3 provinces.
It is a scourge that we want to combat with the international community, and I am gratified that Belgium is motivated for this commitment and has at the same time succeeded in forging synergy with 3 specialized agencies of the United Nations. We are currently approaching other donors to secure their intervention in the field, and in this regard, I think that we have also just received the contribution from Canada, which has pledged nearly 15 million Canadian dollars to enable us to work in the provinces of the 2 Kivus, South Kivu and North Kivu.
In addition to Belgium, Canada, Finland, Sweden, New Zealand and Germany, to cite a few partners, have been making substantial contributions to the joint initiative's efforts. On the other hand, funds are also made available to the joint initiative for the 2006 Plan of Action. The Secretary General of the United Nations and his wife are also contributing to the joint effort. In the course of a visit by the UN Secretary General in DRC, Mrs. Annan also visited 2 sites run by the joint initiative. Her meeting with some victims in sexual violence was fraught with intense emotions. Shortly afterwards, her husband decided to allocate to the joint initiative the 30,000 euros accompanying the prize he received in Spain. Despite the horrors of rape perpetrated in the past and at present in DRC, there is now a glimmer of hope because the Constitution has listed the issue of sexual violence in its Articles 14 and 15, and the law repressing sexual violence is in the process of being approved by the National Assembly.
Dès qu'il y a une loi, cela veut dire qu'il y a aussi des sanctions.
Once there's a law, it means there are also sanctions and consequences. Therefore, we think that this law will help us to control, monitor, forestall, and check all those who think that sexual violence can help them win the war and come to power.
Gagner la guerre, c'est-à-dire conquérir le pouvoir.
On the medical front, health centers and maternity wards have been rehabilitated and equipped. The economic family or social reintegration activities successfully accomplished or underway give us good grounds to anticipate a bright and promising future, long-term reconciliations, and the peace for which all Congolese are yearning.
Les enfants